Carolina understands clock, understands where they're on the scoreboard, need 2 scores against them. As you just noted, anything underneath. Collaborating with Julian Stanford. Take credit for sacks, correct? Indeed. Add to the totals. Brian Burns and his teammates thought he should walk the program this year. Also, 6 on the club. Nobody helped. Unfortunate because as Logan Thomas was double covered there.
What about now?
for that 9-yard completion to Everett for Pittsburgh. Back to FedEx. Here we go. 4th and 18 for Washington. Andy Golden, the intended receiver.
Rocky says hi. Oh, yeah, I put chapstick on. I'm sorry. You can't have my chapstick. Stop. You're a good boy. You should get down. I know. I know. Okay. Can you get down? Good boy.
In this game was the Chargers lost 2 scores most of the time. 13-3 at one point. They made 16-3 was the high water mark. And the Broncos, give them credit. They have not gone away. We got more football to be played at SoFi Stadium. We talked earlier that he's the key. He plays well, doesn't turn the football.
Hope everybody had a nice holiday. Having a good weekend.
First interception of the season by Slay, who missed last week's game with a concussion. That's the big play that Philadelphia needed. Slay is all the way out to the right side, and they drop back in coverage. And wow, what an athletic play, closing the gap. And you know, it was a little underthrown. CeeDee Lamb trying to go back for the football, but there Slay goes and makes a tremendous interception. Sets up the offense down to plus territory and gives this Phillies team a chance. That's what they needed, a game-changing play. And let's see if Phillies can capitalize on it. There's that Davis big play, Slay, and it comes up with one there. That's 6 yards on the return. I think we'll keep saying it. Talking about how they get it, turns it over. What would you not me? The big intimidating hurts. First indication.
Good evening. Welcome. Some Cleveland awesome trivia happening right here from Das Schloss. Some general trivia questions coming your way shortly. If you have not played before, please remember to check out clevelandawesometrivia.com. It's where you can find all the information about how the game works. You can learn how to keep score, and there are score sheets. There's a score sheet there available to take a look at or download and print, whatever you want to do, because you will be keeping score for yourselves. I'll just be asking the questions and providing the answers. Good evening, School of Rock.
Right tackle, Matt Pryor. Progress stopped at the 16, and Goff deserves credit for hanging in there. And so it sets the Eagles back to the 41-yard line, top liner down in quarter number 3. The Eagles look to capitalize on the Dallas turnover. Second down to 13. And this play is well dead. Cross line. You see, that's really very well in good plays. And you get out of the you deal with a lot. He's hanging in there and he's
No background music for the pregame stream. We got the red zone on. All the footballs. And Seijin went to say hi. Say hi, Seijin. Oops, I'm sorry. I know. Oh, bless you. You can't do that.
Philadelphia for the takeaway.
She was jealous. Rocky already made his appearance.
Like this, Joe, John McVay, he'll want to run the quick wide receiver screen, get the ball to Cooper Cup or Robert Lewis, trying to get a convoy out in front of them and see if maybe they can't pick it up. If you don't pick it up, you make it that much easier then for Matt Gay on the field goal attempt. But does he feel pressure to try to pick up this first down? Three points. There's still
Good evening. Welcome, welcome, Cleveland Awesome Trivia. A general trivia game starting up here in a few minutes. It's free to play. It's fun to play. ClevelandAwesomeTrivia.com for all the information about how the game works. Sample score sheets there for you to take a look at. We'll be keeping score for yourselves. Keeping the holidays pretty low key this year. But as long as Goman and I are spending the time together, that's all that matters. And we got that. Talked with some family from out of town. Did Genevieve get everything on her Santa wish list? Prestige Worldwide in the house. Good to have you guys. Welcome. We are family. Scarecrow Boats. Oh, make something up in the house. Good to see you. We came here to drink in the game. What you sipping on this evening? Oh, thank you. Flying Monkeys representing. I made some hot chocolate to get me through the game. I've got a water nearby just in case. Consider this, if you will, your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes away from the Cleveland Awesome Trivia Fun. ClevelandAwesomeTrivia.com for all the deets. You can find the rules, score sheets, general trivia questions heading your way. And you will be keeping score for yourselves, if you please. It's just for fun. See what kind of random stuff we got stuck in your head.
Jones able to wrap his arms around Herbert, who never had a chance, and lose 7. Well, good thing they were still close, and the truck didn't take him out of field goal range. To me, that was a pretty risky. I still think the time is on your side, and you force. Now it's going to work out, but you at least force lock and the Bronco offense. If you make this field goal to drive with no time.
Go ahead and share this for the first of 2 times. It is free to play, but sadly, Santa did not bring us that winning lotto ticket. So a little help paying the bills for Das Gomenschloss, if you could. Appreciate it. And even if you can't, we're glad you're here, and maybe you could share it with your circles. All right, it is that time for some Cleveland Awesome Trivia. Again, free to play, fun to play. I do gift each team with a free pass, one free pass that you can use during the game on any of the questions 1 through 18. Doesn't work for the halftime or the final, so be sure to use it before or by question 18. You will be keeping score for yourselves, if you please. And heck, I'm ready if you are. Let's do this thing. We're heading into round 1 of the game, where your categories will be fun facts, U.S. states, and holiday music. Again, your categories for round 1 are fun facts, U.S. states, and holiday music. Question number 1. True or false? Biofuels aren't new, and many early truck engines ran on peanut oil. Question number 1, category fun facts, true or false? Biofuels are not new, and many early truck engines ran on peanut oil. I will be posting the questions here in the chat, but please keep in mind that the chat is just for me to post the questions and for you to, I don't know, maybe interact a little bit between yourselves or me, and we will ask you, like on question 10, which is your opinion counts, to go ahead and share your answers then. But otherwise, the chat is not for any sort of answers, whether you think you're being funny or just whatever. No answers in the chat, please. And I think most of us know how this first question works. As long as you pay attention to those categories, it can kind of lead you in the right direction. Like this one with question number 1, it's a fun fact. True or false, biofuels aren't new, and many early truck engines ran on peanut oil. As a fun fact, that is indeed true. True, the answer we were looking for. All right, question number 2, category U.S. states. What U.S. state has the official nickname of the Lone Star State? Question number 2, category U.S. states. What U.S. state has the official nickname of the Lone Star State? All right, this is question number 2. Kind of warming up a little bit. Hopefully it's not too tough. Oh, you can also use the chat feature to let me know if your team needs more time to discuss any answers. If you need more time, that'd be a way to let me know that. I can hold off for you. Again, I feel like this one's not too tough, so we'll go ahead and move along. I'll give you a little more time on the next one. Question number 2, category U.S. states. What state has the official nickname of the Lone Star State? That is indeed where everything is bigger and better, in Texas. Texas, the Lone Star State. All right, question number 3, the category holiday music. Which Christmas carol tells the tale of a 10th century Duke of Bohemia? And this one could be a little bit harder. So as I said, I'll give you more time than I did with that last one. Again, question 3, the category holiday music. Which Christmas carol tells the tale of a 10th century Duke of Bohemia? All right, that might be a tougher one. Don't forget, I did gift each team with a free pass. Not too early to use it. Now, if you get all 3 questions in a round correct, you can get bonus points for sweeping the round. All right, do we have any major debates happening with this one? Let me know if you need more time. All right. Doesn't look like we have any holdouts, so we'll continue with the answer for question 3. Which Christmas carol tells the tale of a 10th century Duke of Bohemia? It's a song called Good King Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas, on the feast of... Yep, there you go. Good King Wenceslas, the Christmas carol we were looking for. And that was the end of the first round. We're heading into round 2 of the game. In round 2, your categories will be sports, U.S. history, and reality TV. Again, your categories for round 2 are sports, U.S. history, and reality TV. Question number 4. Within 200, either way, what is the record for the most career receptions for an NFL wide receiver set by Jerry Rice? Again, question for category sports ball. Within 200 either way, what is the record for the most career receptions for an NFL wide receiver set by Jerry Rice? This is another question where maybe that free pass could come into play. Give you a few more seconds here to debate how to work with that range of 200 either way. Alrighty, question number 4, category sports ball. Within 200 either way, what is the record for the most career receptions for an NFL wide receiver set by Jerry Rice? That number I was looking for, 1,549. 1549, the answer we were looking for. So if it's between 1,349 or 1,749, give yourself credit for that answer. Or, of course, if you used your free pass. Good job. All right, question number 5, category U.S. history. From which country did the United States make the transaction known as the Louisiana Purchase? Question 5, category U.S. history. From which country did the U.S. make the transaction known as the Louisiana Purchase? All right, a few more seconds on this one. Feel like we're easing up on you a little bit after a couple tougher questions there. Alrighty, question 5, category U.S. history. From which country did the U.S. make the transaction known as the Louisiana Purchase? That was indeed France. France, the answer we were looking for. All right, question 6, category reality TV. What was the real first name of the character Snooki on the reality TV show Jersey Shore? Question number 6, category reality TV. What was the real first name of the character Snooki on the reality TV show Jersey Shore? Oops. Yeah, I think that was before I acknowledged the existence of reality TV. All right, a few seconds before we move on, unless you need more time. Just give me a shout out. Alrighty, question number 6, category reality TV. What was the real first name of the character Snooki on the TV show Jersey Shore? The answer I was looking for was Nicole. Nicole, or AKA Snooki. All right, that was the end of round 2. We're heading into round 3 of the game, where I try to help you out a little bit with 2 50-50 questions and a range question under the categories of anatomy, presidents, and companies. Again, in round 3, I'm going to ask you a question about anatomy. I'll give you a 50-50 shot at that. You'll have a 50-50 shot at the presidents category and a range within to answer the companies question. Question number 7. What is the name of the fastest growing organ in the human body? Is it the liver or skin? Question number 7, category anatomy. What is the name of the fastest growing organ in the human body? Is it liver or skin? Has anybody seen the promos for Clarice? Anybody excited? Speaking of human organs. Saw the promo a couple times today while we were watching football. Does anybody know who's playing Clarice? All right, let's move along with this one with question 7. Category anatomy. What's the name of the fastest growing organ in the human body? The liver, skin. It is indeed the skin. Skin. Fastest growing organ in the human body. Question number 8, category presidents. What was the name of the man who made the first phone call from Earth to the moon? Was it Lyndon Johnson or Richard Nixon? Question number 8, category presidents. What was the name of the man who made the first phone call from Earth to the moon? Was it Lyndon Johnson or Richard Nixon? All right, you got a 50-50 shot at that one. Question number 8, category presidents. What was the name of the man who made the first phone call from Earth to the moon? That was Mr. Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon, the president I was looking for. All right, question number 9, the category companies. Within 5 years, either way, in what year was the company that we know as Delta Airlines first founded, regardless of what the original name may have been? Again, question 9, category companies. Within 5 years, either way, in what year was the company that we know as Delta Airlines first founded, regardless of what the original name may have been? Delta Airlines, based in Atlanta. Once upon a time, I thought maybe I wanted to be a flight attendant. And that was the one company that actually had me in. They do those group interview things. Got to fly to Atlanta for that. Pretty exciting. I didn't get the job. Look where I am now. I'm a game show host. All right. Come up with that year. Nail it down. Question number 9. Category companies. Within 5 years, either way, in what year was the company that we know as Delta Airlines first founded? Their history begins with the world's first aerial crop dusting operation called Huff DeLand Dusters Incorporated. That company, founded in Macon, Georgia, way back on March 2nd, 1925. 1925, the answer we were looking for. So we answered between 1920 and 1930. Or if you use that free pass I gifted you with, 1 free pass for the game, you got credit for that answer. All right, we're moving along to our halftime question now, and this works a little bit differently. No wagering involved. Single question, single answer worth 10 points if you can get it correct all on your own. However, oftentimes this is a difficult question, so if you're not sure, I'll have a very generous 50-50 hint coming your way. If you wait for the hint, pretty much guarantees you'll get the answer correct, and you can give yourself 5 points. But it's 0 points if you get it wrong. Not sure how that would happen. Again, 10 points if you happen to know this tough answer to this question, or 5 points if you wait for my generous hint. And all right, I'm ready if you are. Here we go. Our halftime question. In what country would you find the lowest point on the continent of Africa? In what country would you find the lowest point on the continent of Africa? Give you a minute to discuss, just in case for some reason you happen to know this answer. In a few seconds here, I'll post my very generous 50-50 hint. Wait for the hint. You can go ahead and gift yourself 5 points. All right, here we go. In what country would you find the lowest point on the continent of Africa? The answer is either Djibouti or Norway. Pretty sure Norway's in Europe, so the answer must be Djibouti. Kind of makes sense that it's the lowest point on the continent. Being silly, sorry. This is where we invite you kindly, if you're interested in doing so, posting your score there in the chat. Kind of see how you stack up against the competition, but it's just for fun, so no pressure. And take a super quick break right here in case you need to pop over to powder your nose or maybe top off your beverage. Take a quick break. And the scores are rolling in. Mid-30s seems solid. Looks good, guys. Glad to have you here playing along this evening. Good scores. Give you a minute or two here for that quick break. And then we'll move into the second half of some Cleveland Awesome Trivia. You can tune in tomorrow night at 7. Or you could go see Goman live at Parma Tavern. He'll be broadcasting from there with his entertainment-based game, Movies and TV. And I'll be back Wednesday, right? Yep. More live stream general trivia on Wednesday night with Kiki from Das Gomenschloss. All right, just a few more seconds for that halftime break. ClevelandAwesomeTrivia.com for all the information on how the game works, when and where to find us, as well as the sample score sheets, keeping score for ourselves this evening. Don't forget, I gifted each team with a free pass. If you have not used it yet, be sure to use it by question 18 because it is no good on the final. And we'll head into round 4 of the game. In round 4, your categories will be Your Opinion Counts, Smart People, and Colors. Again, categories for round 4 are Your Opinion Counts, Smart People, and Colors. Question number 10. Which job would you rather do as a career? CEO or stockbroker? And this is the one time where we invite you to go ahead and post your answers in the chat. That way we can see where your opinion stacks up. But again, as usual, the chat is not typically for answers. So after this question, please refrain from posting any answers in the chat. Looks like we got CEOs out ahead. Guys got your business plans all put together? CEO. Big on the votes tonight. Oh, we got one stockbroker in there. I feel like both of those jobs entail using too much math. Math is hard. All right. As usual, it is your opinion that counts. So whichever one you voted for, the CEO or the stockbroker, hopefully you went ahead and gave yourself 6 points for that question. And we'll go ahead and move on to question number 11. The category smart people. What was the name of the scientist who is most famous for formulating the laws of motion? Question number 11, the category smart people. What was the name of the scientist who is most famous for formulating the laws of motion? Asking you smart people questions about other smart people. So silly. All right, pin down that name. Smart person you're going with. Question 11, category smart people. What was the name of the scientist who is most famous for formulating the laws of motion? Some guy named Isaac Newton. Newton and his laws of motion. Isaac Newton, the smart person we were looking for. Question number 12, category colors. Which color has highest wavelength in the visible spectrum at around 700 nanometers? Question number 12, category colors. Which color has the highest wavelength in the visible spectrum at around 700 nanometers? Talking about smart people and then that question with all those big words in it. Pick a color, any color. All right, let's get to that answer. for question number 12. Category colors. Which color has the highest wavelength in the visible spectrum at around 700 nanometers? I'm not sure what a nanometer is. Just wonder, as far as the visible spectrum goes, if that has anything to do with the orientation in the rainbow. I just know that the one on top is indeed red. Red, the color we were looking for. Highest wavelength in the visible spectrum, red, the color we were looking for. That was the end of that round. Heading into round 5 of the game. In round 5, your categories will be criminals, measurements and math, and books. Again, categories for round 5 are criminals, measurements and math, and books. Question 13. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was serial killer Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, arrested for the final time? Question 13. Category criminals. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was serial killer Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, arrested for the final time? All right, just a few more seconds on that one. Question 13, the category criminals. Ooh, using your free pass, making something up. I see you. Goman will be disappointed. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was serial killer Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, arrested for the final time? Ricardo Leyva Munoz Ramirez, known as Richard Ramirez, American serial killer, serial rapist, and burglar, highly publicized home invasion crime spree, spreading from Los Angeles down to San Francisco from June 1984 into August 1985. 1985, the answer we were looking for. So if you answer between 82 and 88, give yourself credit for that answer. He spent much time in San Quentin prison. You'll be glad to know that he was married from 1996 until his death in 2013 when lymphoma got him. All right. Moving along. Question 14, category measurements and math. How many ounces can be found in a unit of measure known as a ton? How many ounces in a ton? Sounds like a lot. Again, question 14, category measurements and math. How many ounces can be found in a unit of measure known as a ton? You know how these math questions go. If you take too much time, I'm going to need to see your work. Just kidding. It's hard to do because really you can only see me. So all right, finish up that math. Or shout out if you insist on having more time. Question 14, category measurements and math. How many ounces can be found in a unit of measure known as a ton? And the answer I was looking for was 32,000. 32,000 ounces in a ton. Question 15, category books. Holden Caulfield is the main character in what book that has been required reading in many, many high schools? Unless they ban it. Question 15, the category books. Holden Caulfield is the main character in what book that can be or has been required reading in many high schools? Before we head into our final round, I'm just going to post this link just one more time, second time for tonight. our GoFundMe. It is free to play, and we appreciate you being here no matter what. But if you have a chance to help us out, or perhaps even just spread that link among your socials, keep the business up and running. All right, question 15, the category books. Holden Caulfield is the main character in what book that's been required reading in many high schools? That is a book called Catcher in the Rye. Catcher in the Rye, the name of that book. J.D. Salinger, right? Yeah. All right, that was the end of that round. We're heading into the final round of the game, round 6, where your categories will be celebrities, religion, and Cleveland stuff. Again, the categories for round 6 are celebs, religion, and Cleveland stuff. Question 16. What famous actor safely crash landed an airplane on a golf course in March of 2015? I'm assuming that's a small aircraft. Question 16, category celebs. What famous actor safely crash landed an airplane on a golf course in March of 2015? My hot cocoa is no longer hot. All right, a few more seconds on this one. I feel like it's one of those weird questions where you either know it or you don't. Guess you might be able to narrow it down. Question 16, the category celebs. What famous actor safely crash landed an airplane on a golf course in March of 2015? It was some guy named Harrison Ford, aka Indiana Jones. Guess it makes sense that he might fly a plane. Harrison Ford, the celebrity we were looking for. Question 17, category religion. Rajab and Safar are the names of months in the calendar of what major religion? Question 17, category religion. Rajab and Safar are the names of months in the calendar of what major religion? And that will, of course, be posted in the chat in case you need spelling. Although I think my pronunciation, no, I do not pronounce things well, apparently. All right, nail down your answer on that one. Question 17. Category was religion. Rajab and Safar are the names of months in the calendar of what major religion? The answer I was looking for was Islam. Islam, the answer we were looking for. Question number 18, category Cleveland stuff. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was Carl Stokes elected mayor of Cleveland, the first African American mayor of a major U.S. city? Question 18, the category Cleveland stuff. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was Carl Stokes elected mayor of Cleveland, the first African American I can't talk. The African American mayor of a major U.S. city? Excuse me. All right, just a little bit longer on that one. Nail down the year you think it might be. Or if you haven't used your free pass yet, just go ahead and give yourself credit on this one. Because that free pass is no good on our final question. All right, question 18, the category Cleveland stuff. Within 3 years, either way, in what year was Carl Stokes elected mayor of Cleveland, the first African American mayor of a major U.S. city? The answer I was looking for was the year of 1967. 67, the answer we were looking for. So if you answer between 64 and 70, or if you finally used your free pass, go ahead and give yourself credit for that answer. All right, this is where we invite you kindly, if you're interested in doing so, sharing your scores there in the chat. See how we stack up amongst the other teams. We're heading into our final question where you can wager any, all, or none of those points. And as usual, I'll have a handy dandy hint available. Gives you a 1 in 4 shot, but you can only wager up to half of your points once you see or hear the hint, which I will post in the chat. Some solid scores, looking good. It's like 80 is around the average. Again, you can wager any, all, or none of those points on the final question. And we will have a hint available Once you see or hear the hint, you can only wager up to half of whatever you've gathered so far. Looking good, looking good. All right, ready or not, here we go. Our final question this evening. In the year 2000, what U.S. state removed the Confederate flag from their state house dome? Final question. In the year 2000, what U.S. state removed the Confederate flag from their state house dome? There's that final question in the chat. Give you a few moments to discuss amongst yourselves what state that may have been. And I will have that hint available. But once you see or hear the hint, you can only wager up to half of your scores. All right, we got one team all in. Give you just another minute or so before I post that hint. All right, shout out now if you think you need more time. The final question was, in the year 2000, what U.S. state removed the Confederate flag from their state house dome? And your hint is as follows: Louisiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, or Oregon. Narrowing it down to 4 states for you: Louisiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, or Oregon. All righty, and our final answer this evening. In the year 2000, what U.S. state removed the Confederate flag from their state house dome? That was the state of South Carolina. South Carolina, taking it down. Fun with flags. Again, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Super fun having you here. Feel free to post your final scores there in the chat. Hope you all are having a good holiday season so far. And you're making fun and safe plans to ring in the new year. Well, some solid scores tonight. Good job, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Remember, Goman will be back tomorrow night here on the YouTubes and live from Parma Tavern with the movie and TV game entertainment-based trivia. And I'll be back here live from Das Gomenschloss on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, general trivia game on the YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. And hope to see you again real soon.
The Yankee striker.